Along with Carrington, Harrison, Josh Klingler, and we're into week 2 of OTAs, and fast-paced once again today. Saw a lot of running plays, I guess, out of the offense today, but a defense that I've been keeping an eye on. I know you have been too, just the speed with which they're kind of attacking the ball. Looks like a defense that's really got a mindset to be a ball hawker.
Yeah, last time you and I talked, Kling, we talked about this defense creating opportunities, creating turnovers, and getting off the field on third down. That was a problem for this team last year. And one of the big questions for this team this season is they've talked a lot about an attack-style defense and getting to the quarterback. Well, they have to do it on the defensive line. Last year on this team, third and sack was Tyson Jackson with 2. This team only has 2 legitimate pass rushers. How can they generate an extra pass rush from that defensive line or have another linebacker do it? A guy like Derek Johnson maybe is a guy that can go from his career high as 5 sacks, maybe he can go up to 7. Something like that. This team has to find a third pass rusher.
It seems like the pressure may be a little bit off Tyson Jackson. Restructures his deal, kind of comes back. Maybe the mystique of being that high draft pick is off him, and he can kind of settle in and play.
Yeah, definitely. He's a guy that you kind of feel bad for him just because he was picked 3rd overall, because he's a guy that probably should have went 14 and 15, so the expectations wouldn't be that high on him. But he's a guy that we always see defensive linemen just take a little bit of time to get ready, not like a quarterback or receiver that can be good from day one. It normally takes defensive linemen 2 or 3 seasons, but by year 3, Tyson Jackson seemed like he figured it out to about where he should have been projected at. But being picked 3rd overall really elevated the expectations on Tyson Jackson. He's not a guy that's going to get you, double digit sacks. It's not his job. He's normally going to stop the run and occasionally get you sacks.
Like Mike DeVito as well. He's going to be a guy that's going to be a great talker, obviously, and a motivator. A guy that's played in this defense before, and he has said that while he stepped into this defense with Bob Sutton with the Jets, that he thinks his Chiefs team has picked it up a lot faster. So it seems like that they're hopefully ahead of the game a little bit.
Yeah, I really like the Mike DeVito signing. When you lose a guy like Glenn Dorsey, it's good to get a nice signing like Mike DeVito. Not too flashy, but a guy that's going to do his job. He's one of the better run-stopping defensive linemen in the NFL, and you got him at a really good price. So you hope this season, you got Tyson Jackson, who's good at stopping the run. Mike DeVito, you hope that you get something from Dontari Poe, a little push up the middle, and he can be a top 15 guy like he was. You got a lot of pieces on this defensive line. You just hope that it can all come together.
Well, you always hear about guys taking that next step, and Dontari Poe is certainly the one that we're going to be keeping an eye on up front. He's not going to be pushed as far as depth chart has it, but he can be a guy that can create a lot of havoc in the middle. It's going to be huge for this defense.
Yeah, definitely. This defensive line has a lot of guys. They finally have a rotation. A common complaint last year was depth on this team. Well, they have depth at a lot of positions, and defensive line is one of them. Outside of your starters, you got a guy like Alan Bailey, a good defensive lineman. So you have depth in that situation, but you're right. You need something from Dontari Poe. This team has been looking for that middle of the 3-4 nose tackle guy, and they drafted Dontari Poe to be that guy. You hope that he can be.
We wrapped up day 4. We're keeping track of that?
We are keeping track. I mean, Dwayne Bowe kept telling us about day 2. We're now at day 4.
Day 4 of OTAs for Carrington, Harrison, Josh Klingler, 610sports.com.